love to push the cushions down on my couch. I think my glasses are just too glary. Yeah, they're all scratched. They're just not very clear, so I'm just gonna leave them off. Welcome back to the channel. We are doubled by triplets. Thanks for joining us today. If you're new and you like triplets, click the subscribe button. Remember last week how I said all those things about how we haven't been getting sick and the triplets have been sleeping and this winter has been great? Well, I take all of it back. We are sick again this week, which makes back-to-back sicknesses for gents. Poor guy. I'm really sick this week. The triplets have been sleeping terribly. It's been so bad. So the moral of this cautionary tale is don't brag about the things that you want to keep. Everyone's been feeling super crappy and super cranky, and we have literally laid in bed for like the last 3 days. Dad's still had a fever today despite being on both Tylenol and Motrin. So I think he's still got a few more days of sickness, but Jen and Thea seem to be doing pretty okay. I'm feeling much better today. Today I want to talk about budgeting and how to feed a family of 6 on a very small budget. This month we are on a much smaller budget than we normally are, and we decided to try and cut our food costs significantly compared to the last probably 6 months. We're cutting it in at least half, but I actually haven't been very good about tracking our grocery spending over the last few months, so I don't really know exactly how much we've been spending. So we are cutting our budget down to $400 for groceries and then $100 for household items like medication, cleaning supplies, shampoo, those kinds of things. We're gonna see how doable this budget is. Honestly, I don't really know. Andrew calculated it out last night and said that it was something like $13 a day. So $13 a day to feed 6 people it doesn't sound like enough to me. We do have our pantry still stocked with some staples, and so that will hopefully help us get by, at least for this month and maybe next month too. This week alone, I was able to keep our grocery spending down to $40 for this week. So that's pretty good. I've been researching cheap ingredients and cheap meals to try and see what we can really do. So this is kind of a challenge for us. We're looking at it in a really fun, excited way as a challenge, as opposed to something that we're doing begrudgingly. Plus it's just good to budget anyway. It's good to know where your money is going. It's something that Andrew and I used to do all the time. We were really super strict budgeters. So when we first bought our house in 2015, we actually had to go into debt to put a down payment down. And so when we bought our house, we were about $8,000 in debt, and within the next 9 months, we went from $8,000 in debt to $8,000 saved in the bank, and it was all just from living a super strict budget. And I'm talking like we spent $60 a week on groceries for months. You know, it was just me and Andrew and Annika, so it was a little bit easier. And actually, through that experience, we learned a lot of skills on budgeting and sticking to a budget and learning how to track our expenses and what works best for us as far as budgets and tracking our expenses. So today we're gonna look at my $40 grocery haul, also what staples I have already stocked in the pantry, kind of show you what we're doing in our life right now.
Hi!
Yeah. You say hi?
Hi! Hi!
What do you have?
I'm trying to the wall.
Yum.
Hot.
It's super hot.
Yeah.
It's too hot to eat. What you got? Lemmy.
I got food.
You got food?
Yeah. I got food. Hi. 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 I did this. I did.
Hey, gents. Hey, gents. Hey, gents.
No.
Hey, gents. Hey, Jen. Hey, Jen.
Birthday. Mom, birthday.
Birthday.
Yeah. It's my birthday.
It's your birthday?
Yeah. Mom, it's so good. It's so good.
It's so good.
Annika, good to see you. Hey guys, can it? Dad and Annika. Matt, can you make a birthday for me? I did it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, bed. Super sorry. I'm super sorry.
So, Annika, where have you been?
Huh?
Where?
The shower. Now the triplets can help me. I realize.
That's true.
I realize triplets can help me.
Okay, I wanted to go through my pantry and show you guys what kinds of staples we have, and also show you what I picked up. I went to Costco today and I spent $65 at Costco today. So I've spent 40 at Smith's, and then I spent 65 at Costco, and that 65 should last us through next week too, and then I'll probably have to spend another 40 next week at Smith's. So that'll be, what is that, 145 $145 on groceries for 2 weeks, so that's well within our budget. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay, here is our pantry. It's just this little closet. As far as pantries go, it's not the biggest, but I've actually never lived in a house in my adult life that has a pantry before now, so I'm just happy to have it. Okay, so down here we have steel cutouts, we have rice, we have some dry beans, sugar or flour, that's honey. So we have some quick oats as well as our steel cutouts. This is we have potatoes and onions in here. This entire box is just chips that we need to eat. Oh, and there's some popcorn down there. This is a new box of fruit snacks that I bought at Costco today, so that is new. We have some dried fruit, snacks. Next up is our can stash. I would say we have a fairly decent can stash. We have some tomatoes, beans, green beans. We have quite a few beans, some tuna, and yeah, tomato sauce, just like some really good staples in here. This is our bread box. I'm actually planning on going to, there's a Franz Bakery outlet near our house, so I'm planning to go there to get some bread. Probably next week is when I'll go do that. We do have some cereal, and then the Cheerios and the mini wheats were both on sale at Costco today, so I did get both of those, so that should last us for a while. Up here we have our pasta. We have lots of mac and cheese, lots of ramen. Back there is some spaghetti, and then some spaghetti sauce. More noodles in here, egg noodles, ramen. I actually can't even see in here, so this is a good a good way to see. I'm too short to actually see in the box. Over here is our baking stuff, which, I mean, that just lasts forever. So then up on our top shelf, we have like all of our extras, and stuff that we don't want the kids to reach. So our goldfish crackers. Over here, this is our candy box. Yeah, so this cereal is going to go up here. That's our extra peanut butter, extra chocolate chips, extra goldfish. Yeah, so just a bunch of extra stuff right there. So with all those pantry staples, and then we do have a few fridge items. I got milk at Costco today. Let's see what else. I got quite a bit of produce at Costco today. The Brussels sprouts were on sale. I got one of those salads. And then at Smith's, I got like carrots, broccoli. But we got some good produce. Oh, today at Costco, I got the nectarines were on sale too. And we have oranges and avocados. Also at Smith's this week, I bought eggs and yogurt. So just some really cheap ingredients is what I mostly spent my money on. And then of course produce, because produce doesn't keep. For budgeting, we use the Mint app. And we've tried a few different apps and budget systems. And for us, Mint is really great because it allows for, it's really highly customizable. And that works for us because something that we don't love doing is having a category for every single thing that you spend. So we group all our utilities together under utilities. And we group all of my spending under Sean's spending and all of Andrew's spending under Andrew's spending. So we like to group things together. There are certain budget apps where they really like you to delineate every single purchase into like really specific categories, and that just doesn't really work for us. He is being so loud. Well, thank you for joining us today. Hopefully you learned something or you felt inspired about budgeting or cheap meals. And if you're super rich and you don't need to eat cheaply or budget, then hopefully you were entertained. If you haven't already, consider hitting the subscribe button. And I hope that you have a great day.